A brief look at Malvern.
Oh, that's me. Back on the road again. I've just filled up with fuel at Tesco, Risca, and now I'm headed off out and about with Gwendolyn again. And I had intended to go down to Cornwall and Devon, or Devon and Cornwall, and visit St Michael's Mount, which is a castle on a little tiny island just off the coast, and you can get to it at low tide across a causeway. Otherwise you have to go by boat. It's a bit gets a bit wet otherwise. Anyway, the forecast for the day after tomorrow is horrendous, absolutely horrendous. I reckon there could be winds down there up to 90 miles an hour along the coast, and obviously the island is just off the coast, so there's a change of plan. And I'm going to go to a little town called Malvern. Malvern is renowned for a number of things. During the Victorian age, the late 1800s and the early 1900s, it was a well-respected spa town where people went to have the waters. It's also the town where the Morgan sports cars are made, and maybe I might be able to get on a tour around the factory, I don't know yet. But for me, it's important for a reason. 83 years ago tomorrow, my mother and father were married, and they went there on their honeymoon. So I'm going to be hopefully looking around their honeymoon destination on their anniversary. That'll be lovely.
The town of Malvern lies on the side of the Malvern Hills in the distance over there. And there they are, we're getting closer. Between here and there is a little town called Upton-on-Severn, with a very prominent tower, which is the only thing left of the original church. The main body of the tower is 14th century, but the base dates back to the 13th century. In 1770, the spire was considered unsafe and replaced by a wooden hexagonal lantern and lead cupola, later sheathed in copper. And this nice little town lies on the west bank of the River Severn. But I'm not stopping here. I want to get on to Malvern, and so continue on. And that night I stayed at a very, very nice campsite, not far from the town itself. And then the next day I drove into the town, parked up, got Muriel out of Gwendolyn, and on the way. The following day I drove back into the town and looked for somewhere to park, and as you can see, the roads are very narrow. I did find somewhere at the other end of the town. But while I'm driving through, let me tell you a little bit about the town. It's in an area of outstanding natural beauty, and it is, as I've said before, a Victorian spa town. Malvern is an elegant town with roots going back to the Bronze Age, modernised in the 1800s as a popular destination for taking the water. Travellers came from around the world to heal, relax and rejuvenate. In the 2021 census, it had a population of just under 30,500. Archaeological evidence suggests that the Bronze Age people had settled here in the area around 1000 BC. The town itself was founded in the 11th century when Benedictine monks established a priory at the foot of the highest peak of the Malvern Hills. During the 19th century, Malvern developed rapidly from a village to a sprawling conurbation owing to its popularity as a hydrotherapy spa based on its spring waters. Immediately following the decline of the spa tourism towards the end of the 19th century, the town's focus shifted to education, with the establishment of several private boarding schools in former hotels and large villas. A further majority expansion resulted from the relocation of the telecommunications research establishment in 1942. Today, visitors come to take in the natural beauty of the hills and experience the rich history and culture of the town, relax in the excellent hotels and spas, and treat themselves at its independent cafes and restaurants. There are 3 town centres in Malvern: Great Malvern, Barnard's Green and Malvern Link, making Malvern an impressive shopping destination. There are independent retailers aplenty, including crafts, arts shops, galleries, boutiques and more. The local lifestyle attracts artists and craftspeople, so there are some delightful works on show in the shops and galleries. But now it's Muriel's turn to take me round, and so we're off to see what we can find in the town. And remember what you were taught at school: wait for the green man. And you can see there's a good mix of architecture here. That curved front building is Victorian, the water cure. Behind it, a modern Iceland. It's all mixed up. Anyway, I've got another road to cross here. Got to wait for another green man. But I'm having a bit of a struggle to reach round and press the button. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I got it. That's it. Well, I got across that road all right, and I was approaching another one, and it didn't look as if there were any drop curbs, so I hesitated a minute, and yeah, I'm going to go on the road. After all, Muriel is road legal, so onto the road and look for where I can get onto another decent pavement. Oh, there's one in front of me there. Can get on that one. I'm actually out looking for the entrance to the park, because apparently there is a very nice park here, and that's what I'm hoping to go and have a look around. And the building on the left hand side now, I think that's the theatre, and you'll see it better when we get down in the park. And here we are. I found the park, and it's on the side of the hill, as one would expect. And down the hill I can go quite fast on Muriel, but I have got my hand on the brake as well. There's an interesting looking bridge across there. Oh, take a ride across that. Up the slats are making me bounce about a lot. Looked like quite a nice park, but of course it's the end of the summer and the beginning of autumn, and although the trees haven't completely changed and lost their leaves yet, you can see that autumn and winter is well on the way. Anyway, we'll take a little look around here, enjoy what there is, and back onto terra firma. I'll just take a little drive around this area here now. And that's the theatre that you can see the other side of the trees. But now it's off to the Morgan car factory and see if I can get myself a ticket. I was lucky, I got a ticket on the 1:20 tour, which actually lasted about 2.5 hours, and it's really, really good. And anybody that's interested in motor cars, and particularly the Morgans, this is a tour around a historic factory where the cars are still made by hand. But that will be the subject of another video on its own. So I hope you'll come back and watch that one. Thanks for watching.